Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. In today's video, what I wanted to do is talk about some of the trends that are currently happening in the commercial real estate market, and then I'll also share some insights about what I think is going to be happening over the next 6 to 12 months and how it's going to affect the commercial real estate landscape. Now, before we dive in this video, I would greatly appreciate if you can like and subscribe to this channel. It really does make a difference in the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. Let's go ahead and dive into this episode. All right, so in today's video, I'm going to share a few of the commercial real estate trends that I've been reading about, in the various different publications, including the New York Times, BizNow, various different commercial real estate publications, both local and national, and then share some insights pertaining to the current landscape and also some of the things that I see are going to probably take place over the next 6 to 12 months as well. So first and foremost, one of the common trends that I've seen, and really since the beginning of this year, is commercial real estate transaction volume has diminished significantly. This also has translated in the residential side as well. You kind of see some butting of heads when it comes to buyers and sellers not agreeing to a particular price, and that's caused the wheels of transactions to slow to a crawl. According to a publication that I read relatively recently, commercial real estate investment volume has decreased by 57% year over year when you compare Q1, and that trend has continued into Q2 and Q3 as well. One of the bright spots that I can really say from this whole situation is that there seems to be a cooling of the inflation, overall inflation in the economy, which has led many to believe that the Fed will likely, restrict or not continue their stance as far as increasing the federal funds target rate, which hopefully will give the market time to adjust to these higher interest rates, which up until this point in time, it's still trying to kind of gather its bearings. So as what I'm currently seeing in the economy, obviously buyers and sellers are not agreeing as far as what the price for commercial property should be. Obviously, if since commercial real estate is such a debt-driven industry, when the cost of debt increases, buyers can no longer pay what they could have when they had lower debt payments. And so that's what's ending up is what seems to be happening in the economy right now is that sellers still have an idea of being able to sell their property for 2021 and 2022 prices, when in reality in 2023 we're just in a completely different environment, and we can no longer assume that those values are going to be where they're at. So that's the first thing, is commercial real estate transaction volumes have dropped significantly, in some cases almost 60% from where they were at their peak in 2022. Number two, and this is kind of goes hand in hand with commercial real estate transaction volumes dropping, is that commercial real estate prices have declined 15% year over year as of May. Obviously the decline in property values is concentrated in certain property types, mainly office property. But again, across the board, in particular, when you talk about investment real estate, it is significantly dependent on the cost of capital. And so because the cost of capital has risen significantly, the overall value of these properties has dropped as well. And for those owners who have staying power and they can wait until we're in a better environment as far as debt's concerned, they'll be able to navigate these tumultuous waters. But in a situation where you yourself have to sell in this environment, you're almost going to have to accept a lower price for your property, thus translating into a decline in overall property values when compared year over year. This report was actually reported in May, but again, I would imagine that if you were to look over the last several months, that trend probably is still either exactly the same or maybe even more pronounced as we continue to get deeper into this period of economic turmoil. So that's number two. And then number three, one of the things that I've noticed is that, especially in the office sector, is that increasingly people are wanting to fly towards quality. What does that mean? Is that if you have an option to get into an office property that is a Class B, meaning it's not quite the newest thing, not quite the best thing available on the market, that more people are interested in getting into the newer properties because they want to be able to utilize that space for a variety of different reasons, but primarily to create a work environment whereby talent or workers can come to and feel like they can actually operate in a very high-end environment. And so you tend to see people say, okay, well, what can I afford in this current environment? And a lot of times, if you can afford the nicer nicer property, most people are going to be going in that direction as well, because they understand that, it helps as far as attracting top talent is concerned. And those individuals who also want to buy investment real estate understand that if you buy the nicest product or some of the nicer product in the market, then obviously it's going to be a lot easier for you to fill any vacancies that occur. And obviously in the office property market, you're seeing a lot of vacancy. Retail has been performing extremely well. In fact, it's out of all the property types, it's one of the more highly performing sectors in the entire industry. Obviously, industrial property still does the same as well, along with multifamily, although multifamily has been seeing a significant drop-off as far as property values is concerned, because, again, although rent prices are increasing, there's only so much they can increase before residents can no longer afford the rent. And so, again, this is kind of a unique environment we find ourselves in. As far as what I think is going to be end up happening over the next 6 to 12 months, I think we're going to go through a period of, again, we're kind of in a period of economic decline. I think we're going to continue that into 2024. I don't think it's going to be a great year for commercial real estate as a whole in 2024, although I do think that those individuals who become resourceful and those individuals who put themselves out there to kind of capture market share, 2024 will be a big year for capturing market share in the economy. It may not be, one of your best years like a 2020 or 2021 is concerned, in particular if you're in investment real estate. 2020 and 2021 and even 2022 were some of the best years that the industry has seen because of the fact that we were in such a low interest rate environment. And so, obviously those years are probably in the rearview mirror right now, but in reality, if you're a resourceful individual and you put your head down and you try to capture what you can as far as market share is concerned in 2024, you'll come out on the other side into 2025 and beyond in a much better position. And, again, I think we'll go through a period of stabilization as far as interest rates are concerned. So I think the market will slowly start to get back to an equilibrium point where transaction volumes continues to increase. And then over time, interest rates will eventually tick down, most likely not in 24, but I do think that 25 and 26 is an optimal year as far as interest rates coming down, people starting to refinance, and transaction volume beginning to increase as well. So those are my insights and my thoughts on the current market. If you like this channel, I would greatly appreciate if you can like and subscribe. It makes a huge impact in our ability to reach a broader audience. If you yourself are looking for commercial real estate here in Louisville, Kentucky, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@grasantegroup.com. I'd be happy to help you with your search. I'm a commercial real estate agent in town, and I'm very well versed in the different areas around town. So thanks again so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.